So why I stopped listening to Abraham Hicks and why I think you should too. So I used to be a huge fan. I have read all of their books. I've devoured all of their recorded content. I even went to see them live when I was in San Diego a number of years ago. And I really thought it was the answer, right? I really thought that if I could just maintain a positive attitude, that I would create this magical dream life and everything would be well. But life doesn't actually work that way. So I'm going to share a universal law with you shortly, which is going to prove my point. So I would try and be positive for a while and I'd feel better, and then I'd come crashing down. And then I'd crucify myself because I was not able to maintain that positive attitude, right? And so I'd become down and depressed and really thought there was something wrong with me because I couldn't stay positive. Now, what a lot of these teachers aren't teaching you is that there's a law of polarity that governs our universe. Now, everything has two poles. And so everything has a positive and a negative. And where we live is in between. We live in the balance. We live in both positive and negative, happy, sad, all of, hot and cold, so on and so forth. So when you're trying to be one-sided, when you're trying to be positive all the time, the negative is going to come in to bring you back into balance. No one can escape it. It's a universal law. So if you're trying to be positive because you think you need to be, to stay in the vortex and create a life you love, it's just simply not true. It's actually impossible. Okay? It's literally impossible to be positive all the time. So what do you do instead? I teach to opt for a healthy optimism. You know that you're going to be challenged at times. You know that sometimes things are going to be hard. You know that sometimes you're going to be sad, right? But you're not attached to that. You're not attached to being positive. You're not attached to being happy. You're not attached to things being easy. So you don't experience the huge extremes. You just flow through life. Now, to live in alignment means to find your mission, do what's important to you, and do that. Do that every day as much as you can. Do your thing. That's living in alignment. So have a healthy optimism, find your mission and do that, and do the deep transformational work that's going to help bring you back into balance. They're teaching spiritual bypassing. They're not teaching you to go into the dark and to heal your traumas and to heal your triggers. But this is where the gold is. This is where the magic lies. If you want to create miracles in your life, if you want that magic that you are so seeking, then you've got to go into the dark. A light worker isn't someone who chases the light. A light worker is someone who goes into the dark and transmutes the dark into light. Okay, so you got to stop trying to be positive. You got to stop trying to be one-sided. It is futile. So if you'd love to learn more about this, comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your feedback, because miracles happen when you really step into your authentic self, and your authentic self is the highest vibration you can possibly achieve in this lifetime. And that comes through balancing your triggers, your prides and your shames, your charges about people, brings you back into center, brings you back into balance. You end up in a grateful space more often, and gratitude's the magnet. So I'd love to hear from you. Comment below. Make sure you subscribe for more free content like this. And I would love to honestly hear from you. Send this to someone who needs to hear this. Are they scared that they're going to fall out of the vortex and create disasters? They're probably creating disasters anyway, right? Because that's what happens. The universe comes in to shake you up, to awaken you to the truth, to what's truly going on. But we don't understand the messages because we're listening to people like Abraham Hicks, Joe Dispenza, people that are teaching you to be one-sided. It's simply not true. I'm Jill Ogle. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.